Welcome to the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show, a broadcast service of globalbusinessnews.net.
Now, here's your host, Ed Cohen.
Hi, this is Ed, and you're on Global TV Talk Show. And today I'm in Palm Desert, California. It's a beautiful day. And our special guest is Chris Lechner, and he is the founder and CEO of Weichert Global Point. And it's a real estate agency specializing in Southern California, and there's several offices. And of course, as you know, the real estate industry and the home resale market has been booming everywhere, and especially in Southern California. So let's welcome Chris. Hi.
Hey, hi Ed. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cheers. So how's the weather in Long Beach today? Cloudy?
Very nice.
No,
nice and pleasant, and sunny skies as usual.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, good. And you can hear me okay?
Sure can.
Good. Sure. Working? Okay, the audience, you see how we do this on TV? Okay, so we've known each other a few years, and your growth has been phenomenal the past couple of years. Do you want to talk a little bit about yourself from a business point of view? Weichert Global Point, it's Global Point, and then you added the name Weichert. Now, why did you do that?
Well, we were an independent real estate brokerage focusing on relocation real estate, serving the corporate community and RMCs in Southern California. And we were approached by several of the well-known brokers, national brokers out in the, throughout the United States to become an affiliate of theirs. And through interviewing them, as well as them interviewing my firm and people, we felt the best fit for our organization because of the cultural similarities of the business was to partner with Weichert affiliates, the Weichert system. And so felt a good home there, and we've been a Weichert affiliate for a number of years now.
So I want to ask you about why these national brands came after you, and why this is an advantageous thing for you to do. I'm really interested. Got some wild hair today. Sorry, but why would you think that would be a good business move for you when you're already well known in the marketplace? And secondly, I happen to know Jim Weichert from years ago when I was doing New York bound and New Jersey bound relocation guides along with California bound. And so I could see why I'm guessing that you went with somebody who absolutely knew and understood what you're doing day to day.
Yeah. One of the main reasons that we were looking at the different technology platforms that various organizations had to offer to bring a added value to what we were already providing to our clients. And Weichert, with the advancement and the different programs that they had available to their broker owners and their affiliates throughout the country, it just seemed like a really good fit. They are very much up on technology, tools that they provide to the agents, and the system that they offered was just, in my opinion, superior to other organizations that are out there. And more so, I think, Ed, on a good cultural fit. Some very good synergies between the two organizations, and I really liked the family culture, but still having the business aptitude of how they built and did things there within the Weichert system, and it just seemed like the perfect fit for us. But
I think that's really a smart move that you did.
Yeah, mostly on and a lot of it on the technology and the people there too. That was the big reason too behind it.
And they totally understand, because of that background and ongoing history, not just Mr. Jim Weichert, but others in the organization. They get it. They understand what you're going through each day. And so I think that becomes a real resource for you.
They sure do. Now, we still operate independently, but because we are an independent organization, solely owned and operated, but yet utilizing the tools and the platforms that they offer their affiliates. So again, it was a good fit for what we had to offer our clients, and being able to provide an enhanced service program for them as well.
So the key to growth and scaling is real estate agents who are well trained. And you have all these offices now, 7 offices scattered around.
Yeah.
So you go up and down the coast almost. So your Westlake Village, Thousand Oaks area, that sort of is a springboard into Santa Barbara, perhaps. And then you have other offices in the south and east.
That's right. We're looking to expand, and we cover the 4 counties from Riverside County, the Temecula, Riverside area, Orange County, offices in Irvine, Long Beach, Century City for the Los Angeles area, Westlake Village, Simi Valley, and then Santa Clarita. We're also looking to expand, as you mentioned there, into the Santa Barbara market, as well as the San Diego market, further down into San Diego. We do cover North San Diego County, but we're also looking to get a larger footprint down in North County there too.
So a lot has to do with the agents. There's a lot of competition out there in your industry. I mean, this is real estate industry in Southern California is famous for explosive growth, of course, but also the agents are really professional at what they're doing. They're really well educated, and they do that. They don't have to be told to do it. They just do it because it helps them get more business. And so you must, I'm going to give you the softball question. So you must enable your agents, particularly the ones in these far-flung places, away from your central core office, to run a business, I guess, right?
Pretty much, with the exception of following our program and policy and protocol that we have. But to your point, there are great agents in Southern California with a multitude of companies, both named and associations with the big name brands, as well as independent brokerages. And competition for good agents is to get good agents is tough our marketplace here in Southern California, real estate is a big thing, and we have when around the country people think of real estate, we have some of the highest prices besides Northern California, up in the Bay Area, so Silicon Valley and South Bay up there, the highest real estate prices throughout the United States. And now Florida is starting to take on the same mantra as what we have here, because a lot of people are flooding to that state. But to your point, great agents out here in Southern California.
Yeah.
This episode from the meeting room of Global TV Talk Show is brought to you by Porchlight Rental and Destination Services. Reduce your renter lump sum or managed relocation costs. Visit them at porchlightrental.com.
And by airs.com. With our full range of services, we can help design and manage your international relocation. Find us at airs.com.
Primestone Partners, featuring corporate, government, and developer housing solutions. as well as senior-level advisory services. Find them at primestonepartners.com.
Stop dreaming and start living overseas. International lifestyle consultant Emily Braun can help you seamlessly transition to your new life in your dream destination. Whether you are a retiree, a digital nomad, or a mobile executive, Emily Braun can make your transition overseas a success. Visit emilybraun.com.
Coutalis is a global group with a worldwide footprint. With 16 agencies in 10 countries, Coutalis offers companies and mobile professionals a unique combination of HR services and options. Find us at coutalis.com.
Take your communication skills to the next level. Barbara Bolt of Bolt Global has a passion to make you shine. As our globe expands, effective intercultural communication and presentation is a must. Visit boltglobal.com.
So, what do you do, and how do you energize your agents in this crazy market we've been in Southern California, whereby a house 2-3 years ago in a normal, modest but nicely kept neighborhood, typically priced 400 to 700, somewhere in there. And now it's 20-35%, even more for the same house. I mean, how do you prep the buyers or the sellers, particularly the buyers, who find themselves in this crazy market of bidding and qualifying? How do you help?
It's really interesting. You had several questions there, and I'll take kind of talk to the market right now. What's happening? We've been going at breakneck speeds with, I like to compare it to driving on the freeway. This market was moving at a 130-mile-an-hour pace on a freeway, where buyers were having to compete with multiple buyers out there on a property. And these properties were sold in 24 hours, 100,000, 200,000 over list price. And what we found here since right about May 31st or so, demand has tapered off and started to decrease. And what demand is there is the number of homes sold in the last 30 days. So we're seeing a decrease in demand, and more properties are starting to come on the market. Has the market changed directly to a buyer's market? No. But again, using my analogy there of a driving on the freeway, it's still a hot seller's market, but the speed of that car moving down the freeway now is running at about 75 miles per hour. So it's still in the advantage of a seller's market. But our demand is starting to taper off, and we're getting more properties on market as listings, and the days on market are going out there further than just like a 24 hours or over the weekend, where the decision's been made once a property comes on market on a Thursday or Wednesday or a Thursday, and by Sunday night, a decision's already been made on a selected buyer for that property. So we're seeing days on market extend out, and demand has decreased. But we are not anticipating prices coming down, like dropping off the cliff, so to speak. But they will start to come down, and you will see some for those properties that are not priced effectively to move. If some of these sellers think that we're still in that type of market where they can get multiple offers well over the list price, that's probably not going to happen. So it just depends on the different communities around and the type of property, and if it's been upgraded and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you about, how about qualifying? I mean, isn't that become an educational thing for you and your agents? Because how do people stay qualified when the prices were going up so much?
Well, in a rate sensitive environment, as we're facing right now, with interest rates going up, with the last week the Fed just raised rates
Yeah.
And then they anticipate here in the next year, possibly 7 points in June, maybe a whole for sure a half a point, if not more. We don't know, but that will have a stymie the market, and buyers are starting to take a pause of coming into the market, and because of rates. Now, I wish I had a crystal ball to predict what's going to happen in the fall here, looking out there, but who's to say? But it is having a big effect, these rates on the market. So we work with several excellent mortgage and banks companies out there, and they're experiencing the same situation where their loan originations are starting to decrease. And some of the major banks have been laying off in the origination department employees. So when you start seeing that, then that's a good telltale sign of what's happening in the market. But it is important for buyers to still keep their pre-approvals in place and in check and up to date, because sellers are still requiring, a lot of the sellers here in Southern California anyway, are still requiring that a pre-approval be placed prior to these buyers coming in and seeing the property. They just don't want to open their houses up to just anybody coming in. They want serious buyers to coming in there to make offers on the houses and that sort of thing.
So in terms of a corporate relocation, I know that because of the pandemic, it's fallen off, but there's signs that it's coming back. Don't you see that too?
Yeah. The corporate relocation, it's a great segment of the real estate market, and we do primarily corporate relocation real estate, known as the relocation realtors out there. Whether it's a good market or a bad market, or I should say a good economy or a bad economy, there's always something happening in relocation, because companies are having to re-engineer on a down market, moving employees and putting people in the different markets when they're reorganizing, and likewise when they're on a hiring mode, they're bringing people in. So we're fortunate in our business, relocation, that it's always very busy and an opportunity to serve the corporate community.
I remember when I relocated myself and my business from Boston to LA. It was 1980, a long time ago. But interest rates at that time were like 12, 14, even higher. And the only people who could seemingly get a house were the corporate transferees who could certify that they had a job, and the lenders would just give them the business, because there was hardly anyone else who was in the market at that time. And that's when I started the California bound relocation guide. And we just went around from relocation realtor to relocation realtor, and they bought advertising. And so we had a really strong business when I got off the plane, here we are today. So we're a long way from that happening again, with those kinds of market conditions. But it's like, okay, the agents today have no idea what went on back then, and they're not trained.
That is the truth. And you look at the interest rates over a 30-year time period, we're still far below the average of what they, on average of a 30-year period. So we're still in, the rates are great right now. But to your point there, I remember the first house that I bought, I was paying an interest rate of 14%. And that was low in comparison to what the rates were prior to me buying that property. They were up at 18%. So back in the late 70s there, early 80s. But oh boy, knock on wood, I hope we don't see anything like that. And like I said earlier, I wish I had a crystal ball, but we're still below the 30-year average of what interest rates generally run at. So it's still a good time for buyers to get in this market, take advantage of the price appreciation in Southern California and buying a home.
So a market like where I am this week in Palm Desert, Palm Springs area, has for years been languishing, except for here and there, of course. But the past 2 years, it's been a rocket ship where people have moved out, relocated out of the more congested suburbs, and they've been, because they can work from anywhere with tech, and it's really not that far away from downtown LA, but it's a world away. And so the market here has really grown. And I would assume you're looking into this area too, because you're already in Temecula, which is a beautiful suburban community for both San Diego and Orange County and LA. So so congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So the different services that Weichert Global Point offers, of course, being a professional consultant and advisor in buying and selling of homes, but what other services are you into?
Well, we do offer destination services to the corporate community
Through Weichert?
through our company. So we provide those services to our clients, as well as we do commercial real estate. We have a lot of investors that we work with on the commercial side of the business, and agents, particularly in broker associates, that focus in that arena too. So
Yeah.
so we're pretty well. We cover all facets of the real estate business and working with investors, and then on the relocation side, working with providing destination services for our clients. And then helping on the sales side, we're doing a lot of prepping of homes, staging, getting homes prepared at our cost and marketing for the sellers of properties too.
You're right. So there are consultants, like for instance, Teresa Howe, but others who are helping realtors enlarge their relocation business by training on how to become more business people, not just a service provider in a straight line. So I think, of course, that started a long time ago, but now it's become a necessity, hasn't it?
It really has. You do have to, agents have to think of themselves in running their own business. It is a business, particularly for the agents. There are independent contractors, and through the training programs that Weichert provides, we provide an extensive training program and how to run a business, set up their business, and the different focal points of growth and prosperity in this industry.
Right. So it's becoming a realtor, a successful realtor, or successful relocation director. It's a hard job, but the rewards are huge.
That's true.
If it's done right and consistent over years. We've seen it happen. Okay, so let's talk about what you think this idea of people leaving California for Arizona or Nevada. I just look around. There's a lot of people still here in Southern California.
It's interesting. There are people leaving in droves. But if you look on the freeway, you see license plates from all over the country. So I don't know what that imbalance is. Some of the van lines put out an interesting report that they provide the tonnage inbound and outbound, and that's a really good telltale of what's happening in the different states and marketplaces. But we're getting people in here from all over still. We have as many people moving out. I think we have just as many people moving in. So the area isn't getting smaller. We're growing. And to your point about Palm Springs growing, it's now becoming a bedroom community of the Los Angeles market. I mean, it's continued growth out in that direction. There's a lot of people that commute from Palm Springs into the Los Angeles area for work, Orange County. And it's, the drives can be treacherous in the mornings, but for the lifestyle and being out in some great weather out there in Palm Springs, I mean, it's really turned into a suburb in a sense of Los Angeles.
Yeah, in earlier life, I purchased a condo in Rancho Mirage in the late late 80s. I'm trying to think of what decade. And it was right across, well, it's not there anymore. It was bulldozed. That whole area was bulldozed in the construction, the reconstruction of the mall and that whole shopping area there, which is now very beautiful. But it was really quiet, not in the season, but year round, very quiet place. Not so much. 111 is busy all the time. And some of the restaurants during the summer are cut back, but there's still tons of people here and busy stores. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And with these tech companies and corporations allowing people to work from all over the U.S., a lot of people have settled in Palm Springs, and you guys have experienced a big growth out there because people have been afforded the ability to work from home, and so that helped. That's perpetuated the growth in many of these communities.
Right.
We are pleased to welcome Adamo Education as a proud sponsor of Global TV Talk Show.
The concept of a micro school is the reimagining of the one-room schoolhouse. My name is Tamara Becker. I'm the president and CEO of Adamo Education. The micro school concept really does not just lend itself to the personalization and the customization of learning, but also the social development and fostering that sense of love for learning. Unlike what we see in traditional brick and mortar schools, we have multiple grade levels in the same learning space. Students can be enriched by the socialization that they get, as well as the academic support from peers. What differentiates Adamo is the fact that we are taking the best pieces of brick and mortar, of digital, and then at-home learning. Students here can come 5 days a week. They can come 4 hours a day. It will really just depend on what is best for the student and for the parent. To enroll, just reach out via phone, text, or email, and we'll have that personalized conversation, and we'll be able to get you all set. Check us out at adamoeducation.org.
Become a global player in your field.
Cross Culture to Go provides virtual support for your global business and career success.
We can help you thrive in 140 plus countries and markets.
On the web at crossculturetogo.com.
So I'm in Palm Valley Country Club, which is right in the heart of the valley, Coachella Valley, and it's like 20 minutes west from Palm Springs. And the newer growth that's happening right now is to my east with Indio, La Quinta, and those other areas that used to be like way out there.
Yeah, sure.
Now they're building subdivisions and golf courses, and there's a lot of interest out there because of the pricing and because of the access. There's even talk, just to sum up here, of making more of a commuter rail from downtown LA with connections out to this area. This freight train that goes from the ports out to the country. And it's very busy, but they're going to add some kind of a commuter
rail.
So we're coming to a close here. If we have 4 or 5 minutes, if you'd like to summarize about yourself once again, and there'll be many realtors and corporate managers of talent looking at this program over the next 8 to 12 months as we do our marketing. So here's an opportunity to talk in summary and do some looking ahead too. Chris?
Well, thanks, Ed. We are in the growth phase of our business as well. We're, as I mentioned earlier, we're looking at other markets to expand into. We are always looking for good agents that have been in the seasoned agents that have been in the business for some years and experienced in relocation, or have some years of experience in handling transactions, and can add bring some value and services to our organization. We have 7 offices throughout the Southern California market, again, from the Temecula area, Irvine, California, Long Beach, Century City, Westlake Village, Simi Valley, and also in Santa Clarita. With the expansion of down in the North Carlsbad area, North San Diego County, Carlsbad, Oceanside area, and just looking for good people to join our organization. We do serve the corporate community as well as the RMCs, providing real estate services to the transferees, and we are independently owned and operated. So we can work and represent anybody out there. So.
Okay, so here's the chance now. Why don't you recite what your website is, and then people can make a note of that and go check you out.
It is globalpointrelocation.com, or the shorter acronym is GPRSRE.com. That stands for Global Point Relocation Real Estate. So please check us out at our website, and we'd love to take one of your calls.
Okay, so once again, the first website that you mentioned, I think would be right on target. What is that again?
It is globalpointrelocation.com.
Okay, great. Chris, thank you for being our guest on Global TV Talk Show. It's an honor to have our relationship expand and extend. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is Ed in Palm Desert signing off, and that was Chris Lechner from Weichert Global Point Relocation, and he's in coastal Southern California. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us in the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show.
Have a wonderful day, and stay safe.